It's the morning cryptos. Is it the end of the world? Is it the bear market that we're all dreading? Or is it just something called a correction? Oh man. Well, this is Mark Shepard and the Morning Cryptos, and I took the day off yesterday and I did some music at a wonderful healing center. I did some sound healing hypnosis, and it was really nice to kind of get out and away from my computer and to get away from cryptos for a day. I didn't realize that I needed a little break. So today it is with fresh eyes. I hope that I can look at the charts and maybe figure out what the hell is going on out there, because it's definitely correcting. And so let's start with Bitcoin, the king of all cryptos, and let's see what is going on. This is the 1 hour chart, and I just want to show you something that I've noticed. I've got whoops. Okay, give me a line. Someone get me a line. All right, that to me is a glass ceiling. Those are tops. That's how I'm interpreting it. That's how I'm interpreting I've thrown the bones of the cryptos, and I'm interpreting that there's an artificial top here. Something or someone is holding Bitcoin down like a balloon or a volleyball, beach ball, soccer ball, basketball, some kind of round object being held underwater, and it wants to pop up, right? And I think it's this fear thing with China, and that's kind of what crashed it a little bit. And then there was more news out of China, but it turns out to all be rumors. But see, that's again the hypnosis of money, people. That's why I'm here, really, is to explore why we do what we do. And the cryptos is this whole brand new thing. You know, what will happen when we do what we do here in cryptos? And so, let's see if I can draw another line. The other line that I see is that's not where I want it to be. I want it to be down here. I'm just curious to see if we draw a line through here, what we see, right? We had this dip, and we had this dip, and maybe those are just corrections, but if we pull the line down, to me, it kind of looks like a sideways trading range. But I may just be seeing what I want to see. You know, it's just these drops are so precipitous. There's so much more energy in the drops than in the rises. You know, and we have a lot of rising and then these sudden drops. It's like you're walking up a hill and jumping off a cliff. So I don't know. And I'm the first to admit I have no idea what the hell is going to happen. But I think it's a good time to get some. That's what I'm thinking. My real thought is today, not a bad time to pick yourself up some Bitcoin. You know, but the question is, will it continue to work its way south, or is it ready to get back on track and start rising in price again? You know, we went as high as like 46. I can't read the chart because my thing is in the way. Okay, 46.80. We went as high as 46.78. We touched 46.92 not so long ago, right? So where's the real price, right? If the people who think it's going to go up think it should be valued here, and the people that think it should be valued here, okay, well, here we are in the middle, right? So where's the middle of all that? and it kind of just visually is kind of around here. And where's it trading? Well, it's still trading down here. So I think it's going to want to come back to the middle before it decides what the hell is going to happen next. That's just my theory. And again, these are people. These are large groups of people. These are people all over the world thinking whatever thoughts they're thinking. And one group of them thinks that they need to get the hell away from cryptocurrencies for fear. But the Chinese government has never come out and said, we're going to outlaw cryptocurrencies. They just banned the crazy, scammy ICO platforms, as far as I know, unless something different has changed. I have not watched any news because I don't. In the meantime, in the U.S., we've got, 2 hurricanes in a week and another one hard on the heels. So does all that have an effect? Yeah. This is the ticker tape, people. It's the EKG of an entire species called crypto freaks. So anyway, I think it still has energy. I think it still has a lot of energy for the upside, and we have corrections. And when anything moves up fast, people then begin to fear that they'll lose their profits and that it will drop. And that, to me, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, aka mass hypnosis. All right. So anyway, the thing is, what is the crowd thinking? You want to do the opposite. The crowd is thinking, oh my God, I better sell. Well, that's the time to buy, right? And if everybody else panics, it's the time for you to do your deep breathing, ground into the earth energy, do your Tai Chi, do your yoga, meditate a little bit, get back into your body, and realize that this too shall pass. That was my theme yesterday at the program I did. Anyway, that's Bitcoin, people. I think it's a good time to buy some. I think it's dropped, and I think it wants to get back up. And just think, you didn't lose out. This is your next chance. And I think ultimately, look at the fundamentals. Bitcoin is growing. Awareness is growing. Word is spreading. There is this thing called Bitcoin. And more people are going, well, what's Bitcoin? That's happening all over the world too. So let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Just for curiosity's sake, we are still on the 1 hour chart. I'll quick look at the 1 day chart before I mess around with this. Look, we have lower bottoms, but now we have a higher bottom. That could be the turnaround to the correction, right? To the re-correction of the correction, to the re-energizing of the move up. I would like to kind of see Bitcoin Cash in a sideways trading range for a little while. But again, the market doesn't do what I want it to do, right? It doesn't do what you want it to do. We have to look at what it wants to do and work with it, surf it, right? A surfer doesn't determine when the wave comes in. The surfer waits and picks the wave, right? These are waves. And somebody will maybe figure out a chart that makes it look like waves, because it's waves. Let's go back to the 1 hour chart. I think that 1 hour chart is plenty of detail for right now. So let's draw a line, because I like drawing lines. We have higher bottoms. We have a top. I don't know if it's a double top, but I would look for it to maybe test this. This here, if it, we could have a breakout to the upside here. Again, I don't know. I don't even know if Bitcoin Cash has a future. Who knows? We don't know. We just got to watch it. And the thing is, unlike a Ponzi scheme, this will be here tomorrow. Interesting. Speaking of Ponzi schemes, there was an interesting kind of a back and forth between Ken Bozak and Trevon James and Craig something. Craig. Oh, I forget his name. I unsubscribed from him. But this guy Craig and this guy Trevon are big into BitConnect. They're also big into Genesis mining. And I think Genesis mining is legitimate. I think BitConnect is a Ponzi scheme. I think it's a brilliant one. I think it's well done. I think some people are making some money, and I think now's the time to not get into BitConnect, right? And now I'm hearing about this new one called Regal. People, if you want an easy way out, here's what you do. The easiest thing to make your money grow is buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, buy some Dash, buy some Litecoin, and hold them. Just keep buying a little bit. Buy a little bit every day, or buy every time it goes down. Just buy and hold it. And you will be rich. It is simple, but it is not easy. And I was doing my best when I just literally taxed myself $20 a day and just bought Bitcoin. And then I saw, well, if I just wait and buy it on a down day, I can buy more for my $20. And then that became more interesting. And then on and on and on. But it was Trevon James and the other guy, Craig. Is it Craig Ferguson or Craig something? And I saw them making obscene amounts of money. And then all these guys were doing BitConnect. And I saw a bunch of people saying BitConnect was a Ponzi scheme. But then I saw these guys making big money. And I was like, oh, maybe these Ponzi schemes aren't that bad after all. And I started checking out the Ponzi schemes, and I did pretty well my first 2 weeks, and then everything crashed. And then I lost quite a bit of money that I wish I had now, because I would buy Bitcoin, and I would buy Bitcoin Cash, and I would buy Ethereum, and I would buy more Dash, and I'd buy more Litecoin. And I might put a little bit into IOTA, and I might put a little into Monero, put a little into Augur. But to limit it to less than 10 of these, the 10 best currencies, and that's one thing you can do, and the other thing you can do is just buy mining contracts. Genesis is the one that most of us in the U.S. can use. There's also BitClub Network, which you might have to get a secret VPN thing and cloak your location to do. But there's HashFlare, there's Hashing 24. And there's probably some other legitimate mining companies that you can use to put some money in and get Bitcoin out, or Ethereum, or Dash, or Litecoin. I just really want to encourage you to not do Ponzi schemes, people. All right, and if you're watching this, maybe it's because you're willing to learn. So I'm here learning right on camera. I have a little bit of a background trading futures commodities, but that was 30 years ago. And right now I'm looking to see if I can understand these markets enough to surf them and take some money out on a regular basis to fund my music. So that's my why I'm here, in case you didn't catch that or this is your first time. Okay, so Dash. Let's look at Dash. I'm going to go to the 1 day so we get our heads straight on what's going on with it. Look at this. Dash went up. Then it came down. Then it went up to the same place it went up. So it's going to test it. It wants to test this 400 range right here. And then it went down. It went down with all the others. And now it's not up yet. It's not up yet. But let's see what's happening. Let's look at the 1 hours. I would try to limit it to just the 1 day, the 1 hours today. Oh, excuse me. Give me some more coffee there. Gotta drink some more. Nice. Nice. This is Dash. I think Dash is looking good. Because look, we have strength. We have a sideways trading range. And I'm still bullish, people. And maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I'm a fool. But we have what I would say is a double top. You could call this one a triple top. This one a quadruple top. It's in a sideways trading range. Yes, it has been affected by the news or by whatever's been spooking these cryptos. But mostly, it's in a solid sideways trading range. And I would also suggest today might be a good day to pick up a little dash. If you have a little cash, pick up a little dash if you wanted to do so. Again, I'm a hypnotist, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm only suggesting you do what you want to do when you want to do it, but do it intelligently and pay attention to what's actually going on in the market, not what your wishful thinking is. My wishful thinking is that it goes up to 400, maybe up to 500, maybe up to 800, maybe up to 1,000. I see $1,000 dash in the future, and I have some, and that would make me money. But that's what I want. I don't know if that's what it is, and which is why this is a perfect spiritual practice for the modern spiritual but not religious person. Anyway, let's look at Ethereum. I got a lot to do today, so I'm going to try to limit my gum flapping. Almost the same pattern in Ethereum. We had that really steep drop off, and now we have come on, little thing, do your thing, click. There we go. Now we have, whoops. Now we have a sideways trading range. I love sideways trading ranges. I've made a lot of money on sideways trading ranges for a newbie. Oh, silly thing. Just click. God. All right, so we got a sideways trading range with this little inconvenient dip here. An inconvenient dip. That'll be my new movie. And I'll get Senator former presidential candidate Al Gore to narrate it for me. An inconvenient dip. Cryptocurrencies fell into an inconvenient dip the other day because people in China panicked. And I do not blame people in China from panicking because their government has done weird shit like put all the intelligent people in internment camps, you know? So, yeah, looking at Ethereum. I see a sideways trading range, and right now it's kind of at the bottom of that sideways trading range, and it looks like it's trying to build some support. So, of course, I could be totally wrong. This could be, a bearish indicator, and this whole crypto thing could be over for months. We could just, whatever. But it did move high pretty fast for a while. Then it dropped, then it moved high, then it dropped up and down. But if you look at the bigger picture, the one-day chart, it's still up, my friends. And this is looking like kind of a normal correction, right? And we had this sideways trading range and it boosted up, right? And it's like you had 2 opportunities, and now it's maybe 3 opportunities to make the spread between these tops and these sideways trading ranges. So, excuse me. I know it's so rude to yawn, but I just woke up. This is about part of my morning meditation. Morning cryptos. I felt so guilty not doing it yesterday. I hope you guys will forgive me. Let's look at Litecoin. Come on, Litecoin. Litecoin seems to be particularly hard hit. It doesn't seem to be recovering yet, and that makes me very sad because I love Litecoin like a brother. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about Litecoin. I have some. That's the most of what I have is Litecoin. Because I felt like it was so foundationally, fundamentally strong, and here it is, just kind of dropping and not knowing what to do. It's almost like it's lost. It's lost and dazed and confused. And this is the one I want to move up the most, and yet the tops are lower. But let's look at the bottoms. This is the 1 hour chart, by the way, in case. Whoops. Let's stretch this. So at the very least, we have one of these wedges, but these wedges have not been kind. We might have a sideways trading range beginning here on the 1 hours, but I don't know. It's not looking too good for Litecoin. and I really don't want it to give back any more of its value. I still hold it in high esteem. Why doesn't everybody agree with me in Litecoin land? Right? There's an agreement. There are two people. There are people who think it's going up and people who think it's going down. And if more of them think it's going up, it'll go up. If more of them think it's going down, it will go down. It's that simple, people. But we don't know what people are thinking until we look at these charts. And it's obvious they're thinking it's not worth as much as it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago now. Anyway, Litecoin, I want you to rise. Rise up, Litecoin. Let's look at Monero. See if Monero has recovered. And it kind of looks like Monero is working on recovering a little more than Litecoin here. We have this nice bottom here. That's the 1 hour chart. Let's look at the 1 day chart before I get too carried away with the 1 hour chart. It looks like we have a couple. We have some. I'll stay on the 1 hour chart while I'm finishing this thought. You know, we have a couple of little spots here, you know, that you could consider to be tops, but then we have this one that's lower. But these bottoms are higher, but then these ones are lower. You know, it's like, in other words, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Most of all me. No, least of all me. I am one of the most not knowing what's going on people out here. However, what I'm trying to share is not the fact that I know what's going to happen. What I'm trying to share is my process of understanding what's going to happen. Understanding this collection of human thought and how I can interpret it and profit from it by not being caught up in it. Does that make sense? That's what we're trying to do here. Is trying to understand where everybody's going and to surf the waves of that human sentiment and emotion in a way that we can make money if it goes up or we can make money if it goes down, right? That we can figure out, wow, it really pushed up. Maybe it's time to take profits. I probably should have taken profits in Litecoin. Or it's just maybe you're a long-term holder. And for a long-term holder, this is nonsense. This is too much information. Don't pay attention to it, right? Now, I promised you a 1 day chart. Let's look at that. So we could be right at this pivot point. It could be moving down or it could be recovering and getting ready to move back up. But look at the steepness of this rise. That's inherently unstable. It's like a ladder that's just standing in your yard, not leaning against the side of the house. It wants to lean against something. Right? It has no strength, just vertical. All right. So that's it for the charts today, people. I'm not going to blab too much because I got like 4 other videos from yesterday that I have to edit. And I really thank you guys for showing up. And if these are helpful to you, please let me know by subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. And I want you guys to kind of ground yourselves and not freak out, okay? And chances are, give this a couple more weeks and we will be in all of these at new highs again, right? Because there is so much money coming into this market space. And the professionals, they're not bothered by these down days. They go, okay, time to buy some more. They set their stops. You know, they set buy orders below these places so if there's a flash drop, they can get in at a cheap price. And that's ultimately what we're going to learn how to do. So that's it for today. My name is Mark Shepard. This has been The Morning Cryptos. And thank you so much for joining. And let's see, what else? If you like music, I just did a new sound healing hypnosis session live yesterday, and there's a nice 30-minute musical hypnosis video. If you want to just put that on the background at some point today while you're chilling out, meditating, maybe taking a little break from the cryptos, and that will be right here on my channel. It'll be the video before this one if you go to my my channel and see all my uploaded videos. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a prosperous day. a wealthy day and to think thoughts that get you where you want to go in life. And that's it. Start the music. See you next time.